think you just might have something to say.
I always do. I do.
She came dressed and ready.
I am wearing my FC Barcelona jersey because Spain won the World Cup.
Is that the Olivia Rodrigo edition?
Yeah, it is.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you said youth.
This is courtesy of Spotify, so thank you, Spotify. I love the World Cup.
I know you
know
do.
This about me. It is my favorite reality TV show. Like, I have been up in the club.
I didn't realize they fight like housewives too.
Oh,
they flip tables more.
You know who? Argentina.
Oh, they rough. They rough. The way you was talking about Wemby.
The way I was talking about Wemby.
Yeah, manhandling all the Knicks. I was like, okay, I'm seeing it here.
No, it was crazy. But the most like shocking moment of the World Cup to me, of like the final game, was the one Spanish player like talking to Messi, and then Messi immediately tattletale. Yeah. He said, and the guy was like, no, I was motioning that you hurt his mouth.
I do wish they were mic'd. I will say that. You know how they mic basketball players sometimes? You get to hear them like talk shit on the court and stuff.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Oh, it's fabulous. And you would love it, especially for like Sid, when like Sid Colson. I mean, All Love doesn't play that much, but like the sideline comments are hilarious.
She could play me if she wanted to.
And she just might. No, she's like super in love with her girlfriend. I love that for her. Speaking of manhandling though, when the game ended when they started like physically tussling on the court. I'm new here. Listen, I just got here.
One thing about you love a bandwagon though.
I do. Hey everyone.
No, literally, I love that about you.
But people love it about me because I come with pure spirit and an open heart. I'm a student of knowledge. I love to learn, and I'll say like, y'all people, like real fans, love to teach. You're like, sit beside me. It all started in 1842. So it's fun for me. I'm happy here. And then immediately like stop caring afterwards. But anyway, that video like really, I guess, didn't shock me after the way that they were like choking each other out and stuff on the field.
That one tackle when the Spain player like flipped over. Oh, that was crazy.
Was that when the red card went up?
No.
That was a different time.
Yeah.
Well, that one, this is what we can talk about. The
Enzo?
Argentines on that team are ugly.
In spirit too. That's the one that was chanting racist stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh my God, I didn't know who he was, or I didn't realize that was the same one. So I was like just covering my cup watching him. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, and on top of it, you're racist? You can't pick a struggle.
I know.
You can't be both.
And lost the World Cup. Ooh.
That was tough. Yeah.
I loved it though.
And then Pan to Spain.
What?
Pan to Spain.
Oh my God.
Some fine ass motherfuckers.
Number 7, Ferran. I was like,
that's the one who won the
who
hit the goal. Hit the goal.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my God, Spanish Timothy Chalamet. That's so crazy. Where have you been? No, I clocked him as being hot in the lineup. Like when the camera was panning. I was playing Smash or Pass. Whenever the camera was going past people.
And I know you know that he's hot because it's so far away. I can barely see the ball when I'm watching this damn game.
I did pull out my phone and vote for him to be Michelob Ultra player of the match.
You don't boo, you vote. That's one thing about you. She Pokemon Go to the polls.
I didn't even vote in any Love Island election, but I took out my phone and voted for him.
That is actually clinically insane, but you have school spirit, so I get that.
Thank you so much. One thing I actually want to talk about that did make me cry this morning on the train platform, I saw a video, let me pull it up again, of Nico Williams' mother, Maria, who walked nearly 2,000 miles while pregnant from Ghana towards Spain for a better life. And after he took off his took off his medal and handed it to her in the stands. And I was like, and she's so black mom. She's so happy.
He's
happy.
He's the one of two on the whole field. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm telling you.
Who's black in there? Somebody.
No one from the Argentina side.
Never that. They said, get out of here. All love. All love. I will say, I actually have to say, he's super beautiful too. I don't remember his name, but the one, he almost made a goal. Or sort of made it. Thank you. Cheekbones so high. Sexiest person on the World Cup field though. That referee.
Oh.
Who is he? I know the fan cam's going crazy somewhere. I want them to come across my desk. He is fine. Okay. I'm gonna get that red card. Now I found out a rapist. I said, even better. Is he a rapist?
I don't know.
Would I just make that up? See, that's how rumors are. Oh no, he's just racist, God. Not a rapist. Oh God.
You're playing your own game of telephone with yourself. That's crazy.
I'm like, and I also heard from my own brain, based off of no facts. Sorry. Still racist though, so fuck him. But
well, one thing I want to talk about is that I had a little game of challengers.
Oh.
On Saturday.
Wait, Saturday?
Yeah. That was the bronze match.
Oh.
But it was sexy people on one side, sexy people on the other side.
Who won?
Europe. No, England.
Who won your heart?
Totally, England. Who won my heart? Mbappe. Golden Boot winner too.
Oh, what does that mean actually?
That he's made the most goals.
But he surpassed Messi.
Yeah, he's the all-time World Cup most goals.
Messi was hanging his head low.
And
swing
hang
low,
it lower.
Sweet.
It was sad to watch him crying.
Well, because this is probably going to be the last one, right? I mean, he's 42, right?
He
on that
keep
LeBron
kicking.
time. He said, "You can't get rid of me."
You know what I heard? That he's never publicly spoken English.
Oh,
but he speaks English. He just doesn't want to speak it on camera.
Love that.
Yeah.
Actually, that's fabulous.
No, I was like, okay, that's a giving stunt. I really like that.
Yeah, I like that with Bad Bunny too. I feel like he if he has to speak English, he will. But most of the time, he's like, you can just figure this out.
Yeah.
That's on you.
That being said, I do love Mbappe speaking English. He said that one video of him for Vanity Fair. They're like, so you've been cooking? He's like, yeah. What's your specialty? For example, nothing. For example, nothing. I said, king. Absolutely. He actually also posted a photo of his girlfriend, Esther Exposito from Elite, on Instagram. She was wearing his kit, and then he deleted it because he meant to post it on Close Friends.
Oh, yeah, because people are crazy.
I know. It's crazy that they're all younger than us, except for Messi.
You know, I don't like to talk about that kind of stuff.
And actually, what we have to talk about is Lamine Yamal's little brother.
I mean, before the brother, we have to talk about Lamine.
Yeah.
Who, did I know who he was a week ago? Absolutely not. But I'm here now, and guess what? Lamine Yamal es mi familia, es mi hijo, es mi primo, lo siento, es mi reina, es mi corazón, okay? Yeah, I took 2 weeks of Spanish. Yeah, it's paying off. That's my son.
No, that's crazy. It's really wild to be at my big age and to be depending on a 19-year-old again. I already went through this when I was a freshman in college.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
I've been here. But you know what? One thing about him, delivered.
Yeah,
delivered.
I can count on him.
There's one 19-year-old man I can trust.
He is so cute with his little braces and his big smile.
There's something very humbling about someone with braces.
Yeah, because it's you opted not to do Invisalign.
Yeah, he said, I'm young and I'm showing.
Yeah. You got. I mean, also, actually, to piggyback off of what you were saying earlier about that other player, his quote about being oh, you think all I have to do is play football. Do you know what my parents did? My parents had me at 15 and 16. You think I was getting bathed by Messi for a UNICEF campaign? I'm good here. All I'm doing is kicking ball. Kicking ball. I don't know if that's not a quote. But
no ball.
Yeah, I love how at least those two, I don't know the other ones, at least the black ones, I'm riding with them. Mm-hmm. And I guess Mark, aka the other colonizer whites, they riding with us for now. But shout out to Spain.
I love the World Cup, and I have always loved the World Cup. And now I'm so sad because it's we have to wait 4 more years for another World Cup.
But I was actually just gonna say this has been a busy summer. And when does the US Open start again? That's your bag too, right?
That is my bag. Say it to camera. That is my bag.
And she's trying to get that bag. Yes, so sponsor her.
I'm actively looking for a US Open box seat.
Hunter once beat my ass, by the way, when I was it's too bright up in here. And she was like, you are ungrateful. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, let me go ahead and get her.
When the lights turn on at Arthur Ashe, are you kidding? There's nothing like it in the whole world.
I just didn't realize it was that bright. And you're they have to see the ball. I was like, I got to put my sunglasses on. I was I did not realize it was like this. Love it though. 2 tickets, please.
Okay, so that's it on sports.
That's it on sports.
And that's what you missed on sports.
Yeah, I'll tune back in for Liberty updates and US Open updates. We got you covered.
Yes, we are on the front lines.
This is ESPN.
You can call us front office sports.
Yeah.
I actually did watch Moneyball over the weekend.
Good.
Mm-hmm. That's enough baseball.
What else are we getting into?
Anyway, okay, we're going to be talking about some music stuff.
Okay, good.
Peyton is going to tell us about the Gracie Abrams album because I didn't listen. And then we're going to be talking about Maddie's Secret.
Oh, finally.
And The Invite. 2 movies now in cinemas, and a little bit of the Odyssey too.
Yeah, a little
sprinkle of the Odyssey. Did you see it?
No, I couldn't get a ticket for a year.
That's crazy. I got a ticket day before.
I didn't look.
Yeah,
I didn't look for a ticket. Yeah. I said that's next week's problem. Mm-hmm. I'm set for Maddie's Secret, but more on that in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Are you looking for a safe space for your secret celebrity opinion?
Do you need someone who understands your latest internet obsession?
We are a pair of decade-long best friends who connect over fussing
and discussing
all things pop culture.
We're your first stop after that TMZ push alert from Higher Ground Audio. I'm Peyton Dix.
And I'm Hunter Harris.
And this is Let Me Say This.
Let me say this.
Let me say this.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
But some songs about Ricky.
We always find our way back.
I always thought it was we always run that shit back. But you know I'd be improvising. I don't know.
She's changed it multiple times. She's like done it a lot. Because then one, I can't remember, but like there was another one that I heard. Well, I wasn't at the concert, so I wouldn't know.
I didn't go either. DM me and I'll tell you why. But
it's a good story. I'll give it to you. It's a good story.
Thank you.
But I love Ariana Grande.
Me too.
I love it when she's black.
And when she's... That's not for me to say, actually.
Yeah.
I'll just take the one.
Yeah.
Do you remember that those years I was Asian? DM me and I'll tell you that story too. It was crazy.
You were or she was?
I was.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God, yes.
And it's not problematic. It literally is true. I was.
No, you really thought that. And you had good reason to as well.
And she did as well. But here we are now. I mean, the pipes on my sister.
I know, but I don't want to say it. She does look very skinny.
I will just say, which I know we were both thinking, I just want her to be healthy and happy.
Yes.
And I'm praying to God that she is.
Yeah. But just watching the videos, like, really I had to stop because it really was making me sad. I think she is, I mean, really, how can you not be going through a difficult time?
Well, that's the thing with her. She is always going through a difficult time. Again, I hope she is happy. But not in the way
as, like, your annoying friend that's like, girl, what is it today? Yeah. But, like, truly, she has lived a difficult life. I know.
And I'm still sad about Mac Miller, by the way. I never got over that.
Well, we all are.
I honestly, this quick aside, this is a fact. Mm-hmm. If you were standing Mac Miller and you're still mourning him, you're gay. You're gay now. The most lesbian girls I know were like, Mac Miller was like their Bible.
Interesting.
I'm referring to 3 lesbians I know, but that's more than you would think. Yeah. Sit with it.
Well,
circle back to me.
You know what that takes us to?
Who?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You always find a way.
I know, I do too.
I love when you connect the dots, girl.
Because the one time that Jay-Z went on that Twitter run.
Yeah.
And it was really difficult to parse exactly what he meant. Because I said, no, sweetheart, you cannot be typing like this. Like, there are triple spaces between letters. Like, it didn't make any sense. I said, oh, girl, I know Beyonce has to have her assistant read this.
Yeah, I gotta get ahead.
This doesn't make any sense. However, Mac Miller cool too, though.
And is and was.
Really beautiful beautiful message.
I loved him a lot. Did you listen to the Ariana Grande album though, real quick? Was that your gospel?
No, I'm still heavy in my positions bag, heavy in my Thank You Next bag.
Where it's safe.
Thank You Next really might be the album of the century for me. Like it delivers.
I
every
remember viscerally when it dropped too.
And I was like, she can do anything. She can do it all.
Yeah,
there's nothing she can't do.
I'll say that.
And that's what happens when you grow up loving Patti LaBelle.
She was raised right. Yes.
No, I was...
She said, where are my cue cards, honey? the next car.
I was third row seeing Patti LaBelle with my father in Tulsa, Oklahoma at River Spirit Casino. And front row was a guy in an Ariana t-shirt. And I said, period.
Oh, I love the levels to that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Like, that's a real ball knower.
So I'll take you back to Jay-Z because, I got distracted.
Yeah.
Would you have gone to one of the Jay-Z concerts?
No.
Yeah, same.
I don't. Love it. Love everyone who went. Yeah. But I don't need to.
Even the people that went.
I probably had a World Cup shift. I really probably had to be supporting probably a World Cup boy mom.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I was just sad because I really wanted to see Rihanna live. That felt like one of one maybe, but.
Well.
Not to brag that.
Well, you heard the vocals though.
I'm not there for. And I've never minded, by the way. You know that I don't need someone to sing live. You know that about me.
I don't either, but I'm just saying, like, she wasn't doing that much. It was just kind of, it wasn't that much. It was cool to see. Like, I'm happy that I saw the videos, but I wasn't like, oh, wow, what an iconic night to be there, but I'm fine being home.
Yeah, I agree.
What I am happy about, though, is that he cut his hair. He cut his hair and it's, like, kind of built now, too. I was like,
Same Dash, he cut his wig off. Cracked me up. That felt so, like, not gross to me, but it felt so like, you guys, we know you're billionaires. You don't need to do all this. Like,
cutting his hair at the
Beyonce
stadium.
cutting his hair. It just felt kind of like so, like a little overtly performative in a way that I was like, okay, just be who you are for your pride. You know, like
it didn't bother me at all. However, I did see someone in the comments saying a public sacrifice. This is another one of the steps. Illuminati something. I was like, okay, that cracked me up.
I gotta get off that. I gotta get off that in quick. Well, what are you? Okay, we didn't go to the concerts. But we love going to concerts if anyone's wondering, wants to take us. Dates or public records, whoever.
Well, why don't you tell me about the Gracie Abrams album? Because you know I didn't listen.
Okay, so it's been passed around that her new album got a Daughters from Hell or something like that. I'm trying so hard to ride for her, and she makes it so difficult sometimes. But it looked like Pitchfork gave her a 1.4 review, and that's fake news, you guys. Don't believe everything you read online. But it did deserve a 3.4 because I'm going to sit with it. I gave it a once-over, and I think the best songs are the singles that she put out, but I'm going to stick beside her.
Really?
Really, like, that's your man. That's your man. That's mine. I'm going to stick beside her.
Well,
yes.
I wish you luck.
Me and the 4 Gracie Abrams stands and Paul Mescal are going to be riding together.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I listened to the Lacy album, and I really liked it.
Oh, I haven't listened to it yet.
I really love the singles. This one called This Feeling, That Feeling, The Feeling. That one I love. This is a one I really like, too. But yeah, it's been a long Miss Steve Lacy.
So... Sid also released an album too. I haven't listened to that either.
Haven't listened yet.
But I love like I loved the internet, and I felt like so cool to when a band is like a bunch of multi-hyphenates. Like I feel like it's nice when people have
when everyone is talented.
Yeah. Like thank God we all showed up.
Yeah, yeah.
When a group project works.
I haven't listened to the Kelela album yet.
It's very good.
Okay, good.
It is very good. A lot of the feature songs are some of my favorite. I will shout out Out of Time, so good. Idea One and The Bridge are like my top 3 tracks. That could change, but they're my top 3 tracks from it. There is this like video that's circulating of Kelela and Pink Panthers like doing choreo facing each other.
I've seen that.
Us, obsessed. And you're Kelela and I'm totally Pink because you are, I was gonna say, Kelela seemed a little strict. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Pink's just running her mouth, playing around, not really doing it. She, we go together.
She's like random but in a cute way that I'm like, oh my God, you go girl. Like you're so crazy. Crazy kooky.
I want to also kind of hold space for, so these are not like new drops, but Julia Wolf, has she come across your desk?
Has not.
Were you into like pop punk, like Fifi Dobson or like Avril Lavigne in general? Were you into
some Avril?
What Avril Lavigne songs are you into? I feel like this is about to say a lot about it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cute. That's like popular girl. I love it. Yeah. I was listening to I'm With You by Avril Lavigne. And my mom was like, why are you acting like you are unhoused? You have a hot meal at home. Because I'm With You is like the one song where she's like, the music video, she's walking through the streets. And anyway, if you're with her, you're with me. And I'm with you. Favorite track. But Julia Wolf, I'm so late to her. And I love her sound. Like it feels very like early aughts and like not put on. It's just like, it's so fun.
Up.
She's super hot too. In kind of like an IG baddie way, complimentary. Sometimes that's
Is it ever not complimentary?
Some, like when you have like iPad face, then it's derogatory. But she's just like super talented. The vocals are vocaling. I like to stand a girl who can't quite sing, but she is really there. I'm like, oh
she
did
the Drake collab. Okay, yeah. I've heard that song.
Yeah, she's fab.
Doghouse. Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait to learn more.
Well, let me just take you through my top 5 on repeat on Spotify because it's pretty shocking. I'll say. On Wires, one of the new Carly Rae songs.
Period.
Paige Jepsen, so good. Year 3000, Jonas Brothers. Oh, it's not a good song?
I'd never said that.
Yeah.
Joe Girl, Nick Girl, which one? Kevin. Frankie. Sorry, I'm bullying. Joe Girl, Nick Girl.
So you've actually just offended me.
Sorry.
So you've actually just hurt my feelings.
Yeah, that was mean.
I was Joe growing up, probably Nick now. No, reverse that. I was Nick growing up and probably Joe now.
Yes, okay. That's where I was picking up what you're putting down.
Doesn't really matter. Janet Jackson. I'm in a real Janet Jackson phase right now.
Yes, yeah.
Which, love that. Cheetah Print, the Drake featuring Sexy Red song. However, when Sexy comes on, I turn it off.
Okay.
And then The Feeling, the Steve Lacy song that I like. Oh. But I also listen to a lot of gospel music because I've been going through a difficult time.
Yes.
Yeah, and now I understand why my mom would wake up and listen to gospel music.
She's like, no one can fix us but capital H-I-M. Yeah.
Right. Like why we only play gospel on the way to school.
Yeah. Really?
Well, for a period.
When she was going through something. She was love that rotation.
It was her birthday, though. Happy birthday, Mommy.
Oh, today?
No. Oh, the weekend.
I was like, you're both Leos? Oh, my God.
No.
Wait, when this drops, guess what it's going to be? Leo season!
It's always Leo season to me. So it doesn't even matter.
Like, that's today. That's tomorrow, and that's forever. Wait, I have to ask, because I don't remember, who was your most streamed artist on Spotify last year?
Beyonce.
Oh.
Who was yours?
I've literally only told one person this, Evan Nicole Brown, government name. And she was like my most understanding friend. It was like, don't tell people that. Because it's so random. No. It was Jensen McCrae. Jensen McCrae, who I love, but she's a person from the movie we watched, that bad movie with Denzel, the Spike Lee movie.
Oh, right. Yes, the highest to lowest.
Thank you. We were at the highest to lowest premiere, and she came on screen. I was like, that's Jensen McCrae. And you're like, out of all the cameos in this movie, you recognize this one girl who played a song in the hallway? Yes, I did.
Wow.
And if anyone knows who she is, they're going to be like, that's really rogue. It's really specific.
Well, I love you for expanding your horizons. I love you for trying new things.
Thanks.
I love that about you. You've got a heart of a lover.
It just says like you're a black girl that went to private school and you journal too much. That's pretty much it.
And that used to be what loving Drake meant. And then look how that turned.
And a moment of silence. Okay, can we be honest for a second?
Be honest.
You know, I used to think that consistency in skincare was just impossible. Like, who has the time or money to do a 12-step routine?
No, I know what you mean, because the second I'd miss a day or skip a step, I'd fall off completely. And it's like, does it have to be all or nothing when the all is so expensive?
No, I would just give up over and over again.
You know, then I found Naturium. I love the Glow Getter bundle. It is so affordable and it is the full package.
Okay, well, walk me through it then.
So you have the Glow Getter multi-oil body wash, which goes on like an oil but lathers up like a nice soap, and it also has a really nice scent, or you can get it unscented too.
And the Glow Getter body oil, it locks everything in. My skin looks healthy and hydrated. I mean, just look at the material.
That's what I love to hear. Naturium makes it so easy to use clinically effective skin-forward products, and you don't have to choose between great skin or breaking the bank.
Plus, they have the Consistency Club, which rewards you for staying on track. There's points for reordering. There's points for empties. I mean, they reward you just for showing up.
Give your skin the affordable, luxurious glow up it deserves. Go to Naturium.com/Lemme for 10% off your first purchase today.
That's Naturium.com/Lemme.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
So we want to talk about something that's on our mind. We do our morning pages, we journal, we love affirmations.
But actually asking for help, listen, I'm a Leo. It is hard sometimes. And BetterHelp's research actually proves that.
They surveyed 2,000 Americans for their 2026 State of Stigma report. They found that 85% of Americans believe in getting support, but 74% believe that society discourages you from doing so.
That gap is wild. So we know the right thing to do, but we still feel judged for it.
Exactly. And we're guilty of that too. I mean, we tell each other to go to therapy, but we got to do it ourselves as well.
BetterHelp has over 30,000 licensed therapists who've helped over 6 million people. And they have a 4.9 out of 5 rating from over 1.7 million sessions. People use BetterHelp because it actually works.
And they do the matching work for you. You take a quick questionnaire to find a therapist that meets your needs, and if it doesn't work out, you can always switch it up.
So don't let stigma stand in the way of support. Start therapy with BetterHelp today.
Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Lemme.
That's betterhelp.com/Lemme for 20% off.
Okay, we need to have a serious conversation. I need to confess something.
Let me guess. You finally watched the morning show and you know it's the best show on TV.
Worse, actually. I was sleeping on a mattress that was exceptionally mid. I was tossing, I was turning. It was a mess.
I'm going to say it was a mess because Yeah, when you have a bad sleep, you have an attitude, said with love.
I'm a Taurus.
I mean, I switched to a Helix mattress and I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
Okay, same. And I took their quiz, which was actually quite fun, Virgo rising. And I ended up getting the Helix Midnight, which is firm and like just soft enough. I love it.
They customize it for side sleepers or stomach sleepers. And guess what? It ships right to your door.
Seriously, if you're dragging through summer, if your back ache, if your bra too tight, if your hips shake from left to right, you're going to need a Helix mattress stat. I'll tell you that.
All right. Okay. Listen up, because this deal is too good to miss. For our listeners, Helix is hooking you up with 27% off site-wide. That's exclusive to you, besties.
Go to helixsleep.com/Lemme right now to get 27% off site-wide.
That's helixsleep.com/Lemme.
Can I just say, I've been following hair advice from everyone under the sun, and my curls were just not cooperating.
Because that advice wasn't for us. It was one size fits all hair care, which really means one size fits some.
Exactly. And the moment I stopped trying to make my hair behave like everyone else's and actually follow what it really needs, everything started to change.
That's the whole thing with Baskin Lather. It was literally born out of a family's refusal to accept a bad diagnosis. A dermatologist told the CEO's sister that her hair might never grow back, and after using these products, it's now down to her hips.
That's the origin story I want behind my hair care brands. Their stimulating scalp and hair balm is 100% natural, non-greasy, and no petroleum. It actually penetrates the strand without clogging pores.
For frizz, hydrating, detangling, you can use the Hydrating Hair Mist with aloe vera and avocado oil. You can even use it on protective styles like locks and braids.
These are real ingredients made for our hair.
Explore viral bestsellers and products for healthier hair of all types at baskinlatherco.com and use code LST for 20% off.
That's 20% off at baskinlatherco.com, code LST. Pivot. I'm pivoting to, I forgot to fill out our little doc, so I'm pivoting to my movie notebook. Oh. It's like, this is Hunter Drag, by the way. To be like, when I take notes in the movies of like what I want to remember.
That's so cute.
I use this little
Oh my
journal.
gosh.
It also has my, when I saw a psychic a couple months ago, it also has my notes from that, if anyone.
No.
Hunter started get the water, the Holy Ghost.
I will.
Holy
the
water.
holy water, yeah.
Anyway, okay, so that's where my notes come from. That's why this is with So what we talking about first?
Okay, so first, Maddie's secret.
Sarah Hoggy, our good friend Sarah Hoggy, host of Scamfluencers, go listen to that podcast, saw it, I think, at TIFF, and was like, so this movie is a movie that is going to change your life. And she, as she sometimes, not always is, was correct. I just really love John Early. I remember like seeing, I saw Kate's like solo show, and that was more of my like intro to her. But I saw John Early do stand up like when I first moved to New York at like Baby's All Right or something kind of random.
Wow.
Yes, and I was crying laughing because he had this really funny bit about how, you know that song, When Jesus Say Yes, Nobody Can
The
Say
Beyonce,
No.
or I'm sorry, the Michelle Williams song.
Exactly, and that's the joke where he was like, it's Michelle's song and still Beyonce is lapping her, and then on the chorus, Michelle is working for it in a way that's like, oh, sister.
Well, have you seen the BET performance when they're in denim and Beyonce really is going in?
Oh,
my gosh, she
no.
almost lost a track. She was like banging her head. It's incredible.
They're sisters, they go together. But yeah, so I've been a John Early lover for a very long time, and I'm cashing out, okay? I didn't expect a melodrama from him, but like I thought it was gonna be more silly.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was silly in some ways, and it was very melodramatic in other ways, and that balance I thought was really, there was such a tension there that I thought was so like heightened and fun. Even the stuff that was sad was still sort of like, oh, but this is a movie. Like we're coming here, like he's really putting on a show. Yeah. But also I loved John Early, loved his 73 Questions, that Vogue spoof. I mean, that's hilarious. All of his internet stuff is so funny.
Yes. And Kirstie Alley.
No, I don't remember that.
Who played the mom. And it reminded me of...
In Maddie's Secret?
Yes. I think.
I thought Kirstie Alley died.
Again, I could... Oh, no. I mean, in Sex and the City, she did. Oh, shit. She's totally dead. Do not...
And that's on don't trust anything that comes out of her mouth.
Do not keep this in. Oh shit!
No, that's so funny. That's so funny.
No, because you know they call me stupid. Never. They always call me sexy, but they always call me stupid too. Oh, shit. Wait,
so funny.
Who the fuck played the mom? I literally thought that was Kirstie Alley, and it was making me think of that person. Does Kirstie Alley mean anything?
Fully dead.
Fully dead.
Fully not
2022.
alive. Yeah. Like not just dead, but like cold. Like been dead.
Wait. Who played the mom then?
Wow.
Because I want to put respect on her name because she gave a great performance.
Yes. And we are learning new things every minute here.
Oh my God. I can't believe that.
Kristen Johnson.
Okay, at least I was close in the name.
Well.
Where is she from? I love her. I clearly don't know her. I love her. I sound like my mother. Oh my God. I love that one.
She was in Modern Family.
Okay, I don't know her at all, I guess. I don't know her at all. I love her though. I love her now. I'm so sorry.
So
I
crazy.
love her.
You're so crazy. Okay, I love it.
I don't recognize a single thing here, but you did great, girl. You did great. Anyway, oh my God, I can't believe I just say stuff with my chest and it just comes out.
I love that about you.
I do have a real thing though.
Yes.
That I want to talk about. Have you seen that video, I think it's from like 2014, of Cola Scola, Caperland, and John Early remaking the audition scene from Showgirls?
No.
It is canon. You literally have to, we behind because I just forgot someone died, but...
Well, I would say you learned it for the first time, maybe. I don't think you knew that previously. I think you thought she was still with us.
Oh my God. Anyway, so... this video, it's again like one of like a formative John Early Caperland text, and like we have to talk about their creative friendship and dynamic too in a minute. But the dance scenes in this felt like just a very like visceral callback to this like iconic video, and I have to assume it was. But John Early, a mover first. John Early is in her body,
and you're hard to impress.
And that is true.
Strict.
Yeah, it was about that. 5, 6, 7, 8. You better. Yeah, I was like, anyway, it just felt like a very specific callback to like gay internet lore that felt really important to me. Love Showgirls, perfect film, no notes. But yeah, anyway, I just love that scene.
I want to talk about John Early's playing Maddie.
Yes.
Because for a moment I was like, I couldn't tell, is he in drag? Is this part of the character?
Yeah.
But I think he plays Maddie with like such open-hearted authenticity.
Yeah.
And she really is like my least favorite type of person in life who's like just nice girl.
Yeah.
But he plays her with like such tenderness that I really like, you just really empathize with her and you really like want her to succeed and you feel how much she's trying and how much she wants to like provide and show up for the people in her life.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just like really wonderful.
Yeah, and I also love the element of just like when the like competitive female chef thing came up, I immediately thought of one of Hunter's favorite topics, Molly Baz versus Allison Roman.
Let me say this. It's not versus. But they don't follow each other.
Oh.
And I mean, I think you're either a Molly Baz girl or an Allison Roman girl, and I am Roman Empire.
She said, these shallots stay on me.
They do. And she also introduced me to anchovies, too. And guess what I love now? An anchovy. Can you believe that?
I can.
I love an anchovy. I had them on pizza the other day. Oh, so good. I know. I'm expanding my horizons, expanding my palate.
She's different. But I love that dynamic between the two of them.
Same, yes. And I also loved, oh my God, what's his name? That guy that every straight guy loves. Connor O'Malley. Every straight guy loves him. He's a comedian.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know him.
Oh, have you ever watched I Think You Should Leave?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, wait.
That's what I love?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one benefit about dating a man. Is that they'll show you a thing or two. They'll show you some alt comment you've never heard of before. Tim Robinson.
Obsessed. I'm in. I'm learning gateway drug. I'm learning through
through osmosis.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I get the text and I pass it along to you. No, but I thought Connor O'Malley as like the boss.
Oh yes,
was so weird and funny.
Yeah. And the sexual dynamic between them.
Yes. No, it was so kooky crazy. And I also the Caperland's sort of latent crush on John Early, on Maddie in this movie, was giving me such John Hughes 16 Candles, like you drive the girl to the door and like watch her like get out of the car, like watching her door. Oh, I loved that. I loved that. I loved how this movie like almost mimics these super, sort of stereotypical or like bedrocks of melodramas or of like, romantic comedies in a way, but really like finds a way to make them strange, a little bit off-center in a way that is like very
without
unique.
taking you out of it too. I feel like when I was still so in the movie, and it felt great to be like this tone, like, and the tone I wasn't expecting, again, to be as serious, but I could volley really easily between like the deeply unserious and the completely serious. And I think like there's, I mean, I guess spoiler alert, but like when she goes to rehab for her eating disorder, there were so many incredible, strong moments and really strong performances from like the little crazy trio. I thought they were so strong together, and they were such fun characters to play with and help like, I don't know, I like seeing Maddie in that orbit. I think the Kate Berlant thing is really funny because when we talk about a toxic mass lesbian, that's what I'm talking That's what I'm talking about, just by the way. Her reaching over in the car and like unlocking it just like grazed her tit.
But like did it like 2 more times too. Incredible. Incredible work.
Epic work. But I feel like that's something that I get so excited about. Their creative chemistry, and I don't know them, but from what I feel like I've consumed from the two of them, John Early and Kate Berlant, it's so infectious. I'm like, I love the way they yes-and each other so much. And even the way that they keep the performance element going in like real interviews is so, they just have something really special, the two of them. And it feels like something that it's really easy, I think, to watch duos blend into each other. And I feel like their voices are so specific and so unique and so complementary to each other at the same time.
Like very distinct still.
Yeah, like Kate Berlant's solo show was fantastic in a totally separate way than like John Early and Search Party is or something like that. Like it's really nice to see two people collaborate so well and so effectively, and also still independently have like their own like quirks and niches that like make them who they are. I really love watching them work together.
I love that. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
that's sweet. Well, speaking of duos, The Invite.
Oh,
now she opens the book. Okay,
now we're talking.
Invite, directed by Olivia Wilde and starring Olivia Wilde. Joe and Angela's marriage is on thin ice. When they invite their enigmatic upstairs neighbors for a dinner party, the night spirals into unexpected places. Written by Rashida Jones and Will McCormack, starring Olivia Wilde, Seth Rogen, and Penelope Cruz, that one wig, and Edward Norton.
That wig.
What do you think?
They had to make her seem like she's too bad. She is the original woman to me.
She's not too bad. I mean, that's the whole point, is that she's like sexy and like sexy enough to like knock their whole world off kilter. I mean, that kind of tracks to me.
But I mean, like they had to like put a wig on her just to normalize it a little bit.
No, let her be beautiful. Let the woman be
I don't
beautiful.
know why I'm making excuses for that wig. I hated that damn wig.
I almost thought it was like a part of the performance. Like I thought that at some point she was going to take it off and that was going to reveal something about her character. Truly, no.
So clearly,
truly,
like,
I kept waiting for the wig to come off. However, okay, I wanted to like this movie more than I did. I liked it. I thought it was like a fine A24 movie. I will say part of my difficulty with it is that I kept thinking about like Hannah and her sisters, Husbands and Wives, like all of these like older Woody Allen movies that are just as talky, but also felt funnier. And honestly,
I almost said progressive in the way that it moves faster at the very least. Like I felt like we got stuck. Every scene I wanted 2 minutes shorter. 5 minutes shorter. Like, I felt like we just got stuck and so, like, we didn't move fast enough.
Really? Okay. I was talking to Jake Cornell, who's on our show last week, and he thought that it was, like, very propulsive, had a lot of momentum. And I think there, at no point for a movie that takes place within one apartment, I never felt like, okay, we're spending too long in this room, we need to, like, move along. Like, never felt claustrophobic. But I also just kind of felt like, it was like a lot of like talk to. It's like, okay, so now we have these two characters together. Now we have to switch up and have these two characters. Now we have to switch up and have those two characters together. And it, in that way, felt a little bit limited to me.
Okay, you know what I felt? My main takeaway, and this I wrote this down. Death to bi-curious. Cinematic ring camera footage, love. like what the hell? Okay, wait, but I did want to say.
Your mind.
I know. Oh, that's an interesting thought. Okay,
That's me reading the newsletter. That's really how it is. Yeah, that's the artist's way.
But I was really thinking that after a certain point, it started to feel like I was watching improv and everyone was just saying yes and we weren't actually like going anywhere. It just felt like too much like a bit or a shtick at a moment. I thought the tone in the beginning was like fun. I thought the score was great in terms of like, I love the heightened anxiety that like it, the element that it added. Yeah. But I felt like specifically from Olivia's performance, I like her directing work a lot, by the way, but her performance felt a little bit like over the top to me. And I understood the contrast immediately. I felt like of her being uptight and, Seth being like stoner and them being like open and liberal. It just felt like a little bit put on and like, I just started to feel like I was watching improv comedy after a certain point.
Interesting. I did feel like I liked their dynamic, and I can totally see how like the love is not in their marriage anymore. Yeah. But it just had this like sheen of sentimentality, especially at the very end, that I just did not feel like was earned.
Yeah.
I was like, also, you had to do all of this to make it back to each other? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I did really like the sort of class dynamic, though, between Seth and Olivia, where it was like this was the house that he grew up in, and he like didn't want people to know that. Yeah. And he felt, like not successful enough. And the remodel, all that stuff, I thought that stuff was really, really well done.
Wait, what did she do? What was her job? I know she doesn't work, but it was established that she went to art school and then nothing. I was a little confused. I was just like, I don't know. I didn't understand that. But like, something that I read this morning was that the kiss from Penelope Cruz was improvised. Remember when she like pecks Olivia for like a second? Mm-hmm. It's like quick. I'll take what I can get. But like, anything. I was hoping for a little more gay. Sorry.
Well, I have to say, I forget how much I love Edward Norton. Because I'm telling you, now that's a comedian. He was funny. He was like
cracking me up.
The star of the movie to me. I was like, wait, you're hilarious. Yeah. With your little black ring on.
And I feel like he just had really strong line readings, and also like the eye contact he kept toggling between with him and Seth Rogen. Yeah. It was so haunting and horny.
And there's a way for someone to sort of weaponize their own like relaxation or like their own lack of anxiety, which I felt like he really was like showing off how calm and comfortable he was. And that, everything about his character, I felt like pitch perfect, no notes. Yeah. Couldn't do any more for me. Like, loved it entirely.
Yeah. I don't want to enter the woke Olympics like too much, but I do feel like I wonder how much this movie would hit if, like, say Olivia's character was like a black woman, like a super up. Because I was thinking about Penelope Cruz and like, I mean, just a lot of her career being, again, most beautiful woman I've ever seen with my two eyes, a sex symbol, and how that's like often projected on like Latina women. But I don't know. I was thinking about like, like an uptight white heterosexual woman, like, getting curious with like a woman of color. I wondered if it would have like felt more interesting to me if they were both women of color. I don't know. It was just something I was toying with, like, and thinking about, just because of the way like Latina women are portrayed in Hollywood all the time, which is like just more confident sexually. But I mean, I liked her role a lot though, obviously. But I don't know. And what was her name? Pina and Hawk was his name?
Yeah.
And then he told that sob story, and Seth Rogen was like, nigga, anyway. It was crazy. I love Seth Rogen, bro.
I know you do.
I really don't play about him.
I know you don't.
Really like, I really am serious.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
You stick beside me. Mm-hmm. I will say, like, my main takeaway is that I really enjoyed the movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. Yeah. I guess it was a remake a couple times or something. Yeah, but I don't know. I would say like 1 to 10, I'll give her a 7. That feels healthy to me. What about you?
I would say like a 6, but with the caveat that like people talking in a room, women approaching middle age, all of those things, like this sort of class differences between, neighbors and how they were, so uncomfortable just like talking about money at all, and how the other couple was like so open and free, and that stuff I thought was like really interesting to watch. I just don't think that this script was like as clever as I wanted it to be, maybe.
I said it had me in the first half, and then I think I kind of like faltered off toward the end. But go see it. Go see both. If you haven't seen Maddie's Secret, run, don't walk.
And if you haven't seen The Invite,
stroll.
See it. Yeah. Yeah.
Take a nice, easy stroll. It's nice out.
Well, speaking of a stroll,
Ooh.
I saw the Odyssey.
You did.
Talk about a Jill Scott a long walk.
Let's take a long walk. Okay, so why though? Why was that? It was
Why
bad?
didn't I like it?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the thing.
Is it a spoiler vibe? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
And I didn't read that
it's
book.
the Odyssey.
Okay. You know both things are true for me.
Well, I'll say this. I thought Oppenheimer would be boring as heck.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see it.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a movie about what? Men gossiping. I ran to see the Odyssey, and it's about what happens when men don't gossip. I was like, this could all be settled if one person just like, pss, pss, pss. We could get so much further along here if one was a snitch or one tattletaled just a little bit. Yeah, it didn't really work for me. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very stunning to watch.
Okay.
I want to go back and see it in IMAX. I saw it on film. Otherwise, though, a lot to be desired. Anne Hathaway has to choose between Matt Damon, who looks like Mel Gibson, low-key. Yep. They don't want to wake it up, but I'm going to wake it up for them. That's what it looks like.
Uh-oh. Not Mel Gibson. Oh, Lord. Stage of space. Okay.
She has to choose between him and Robert Pattinson. I said, girl,
Well.
okay, so no movie then. So we're done. So we're out in 5 minutes. Like I said, okay, Robert.
And scene. Yeah.
And that's it. We can all go home.
Well, I will see it this week, and we'll do like deep dive on it. But
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of beautiful, beautiful gowns, because Zendaya is taking it for me.
I really loved, the New York red carpet look. I loved.
Was that with the wings and the white?
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the look, but actually the beat was fabulous.
Oh yeah,
the makeup
was incredible.
gorgeous.
It was like, I love my eyelash extensions, and I won't get rid of them yet. However, it's making a case.
I know.
For a natural eye.
Yeah, her and Teffy put me on, and I'm like, maybe it's time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna work for me though. But I love it for my sisters. I loved like the blush was such a moment.
And also that one dress on Lupita. I hate when people try to play
dress?
in Lupita's face like she is not a bad bitch.
Oh no, I know.
my
I mean,
God.
hello, Helen of Troy.
Well,
And that's the face.
yeah, and she was just typecast, actually. Yeah, just a gorgeous beauty.
Loved it. That look,
Yeah,
I mean.
the one with the low
One
cut.
thing about Zendaya's styling that may be controversial.
Okay.
I don't like the So Kates all the time. The Louboutins.
Oh, did she just have a contract with them, though? That's what I just assumed.
No, Law loves to put her in the So Kates. And I
know her
I
feet hurt.
think
They
it
cracked.
works sometimes, but I just don't really like the white So Kates. I just don't like her in a white heel like that.
Yeah, a white heel in general, though, was tough.
I know, but she did a lot of them for this press tour. She did a lot of them for the Challengers press tour. That's my only thing that I really don't like the So Kates.
Do you like thematic dressing for movie premieres, movies in
I think
general?
it's getting a little tired, I have to say. And I think another part of it is that we're not seeing. I saw people talking about on the internet like Rihanna as a style icon versus Zendaya as a style icon.
Oh, say more.
And I think like Rihanna's style icon because she can make anything into a moment.
Totally.
And really can put things together in like unexpected ways and can pull off looks day to day that like no one else can do. That heart coat that she wore that one time.
Every pregnancy outfit, too.
Exactly. Even like the pregnancy announcement outfit.
Yeah,
those,
that was
she's
great.
so good at that. No, the first one.
The pink puffer jacket.
Yeah, that was cute.
And under that bridge in Harlem. Maybe. Where is she? It was my Halloween costume, so I don't know why I'm talking shit.
I don't know why
and
either.
she is my mother. I'm sorry, but
Exactly.
that was great. I love her. Yeah.
But Zendaya, I think, can wear clothes like no one's business.
Sure.
However, does not have the same sort of. I don't know. Like her and Law collaborating, I think is like such an interesting thing. However, it's very different from Rihanna to me.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking off of this, and it may not be true. It's just a feeling, but I do think Rihanna is someone I think about as an artist that like so much of her self-expression comes from her selfhood. Like the way she is in the world, the way she operates, her like background. I feel like she's one of those like full-body dressers in a way that's like, it's all in your personality. You don't even dare open a Pinterest
Like
board.
she's an auteur of her closet.
Totally.
Where I do feel like Zendaya is so private, which I am not like
knocking. That's
no,
totally
that's
fine.
great.
Yeah.
But it makes it so that she honestly like lends herself to this sort of theme dressing because she keeps much of herself to herself, and which is interesting. And I think that's why, you know, her day-to-day looks are pretty normal.
Totally. I mean, I think like she's like a girl that's probably like in a Hailey Gap jean, and that's totally fine, and like a white tee, and she looks really good in that. And I also think it plays into the celebrity who's an actress and the celebrity who's a musician, and how like
100%.
musicians, like it's all so much of your package is your personality, and like actresses, you do have to be a bit of a blank slate to a certain degree. I mean, I think she just also is just more of like a casual girl, like you know, you're from California, like you're from Oakland, you're probably just like dressing as comfortably as you want.
Well, the deep fried photos,
I never forget. The most bisexual Zendaya has ever been was that one pump, that one crazy pump, and that one sneaker. Yeah, I know what you are. But yeah, I think that's a really interesting conversation, and it doesn't knock either of them. It's just something that like, yeah, I'm a little bit over the costume dressing. The only time I was, I'm a little over the thematic dressing. Yeah. The only time I was like 10 out of 10, no notes, Blake Lively in a Simple Favor press tour. Remember she was wearing all those crazy ass suits?
Yeah. I love a Simple Favor. Brotherfucker.
Really good. You're a brotherfucker. That movie is so good. Come back next week, we're going to talk about that. Perfect movie, no notes.
I have a lot to say about the Odyssey next week, but I'm gonna say one thing, I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
Travis Scott and his big ass veneers have no business in Ithaca, and you know that. And I'm gonna say, opening a movie with Travis Scott, let me get out of here. Girl,
really?
What?
First?
Yes. I'm telling you that those big teeth are the first thing you see in the damn movie.
He need a job, I guess.
All I'm going to say is that Christopher Nolan, Timothée Chalamet has been nothing but sexy and employable to you. And you go and choose.
We see what side of the family you picked. Yeah. Stupid. Okay, next week, more Odyssey. More of that, actually, probably.